Avatar was the biggest movie ever. What if it was in Minecraft? I'm gonna be spending the next 200 hours and 500,000 blocks recreating the epic Hallelujah mountains from the movie, futuristic warships, and many more interesting things. If you end up enjoying the video, please consider subscribing to help support the channel and make this content possible. This build is not going to be easy. There are countless individual smaller parts, which means it's going to be essential that I come up with a game plan to make sure it's as authentic to the movie as possible. Here we are on day 1 of the Avatar project. No stress or anything, but I only have 48 days to finish this entire video before the new movie comes out. That's gonna be cutting it pretty close with everything I gotta do. The best way to begin this project is to break it down into smaller parts, which means we're gonna start with designing the floating islands. As you can see, these are pretty complex. There are loads of different shapes and sizes, and not to mention, all of these little floating rocks with vines connecting them is going to be incredibly difficult to make. I'm gonna do some quick research to figure out how we can make this. But here's what I found. The quickest way to build these islands is to first make them on a separate creative world. Once I finish there, we'll collect all the blocks on the hardcore world and then use the creative build as a template to follow. However, I'm still gonna need to find some help with designing it in creative. I think I know just the person to contact. Shovel241. He's an insane Instagram builder who's made countless remarkable builds, and he generously offered to give me a lesson on world edit techniques to make these islands. Yo, hey Shovel.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. I'm trying to build some floating islands. Do you by chance have any tips for me?
Yeah, I could give you a lesson on world edit really quick. So the shape of the island seems pretty important, so let's start there. You see that flint? That's what we're going to use to make the shape.
Oh, wow. So I can hold right click and it's making a miniature mountain.
And you see how it's a little choppy? We're going to use the smoothing tool to make the island shape more natural.
As I got an introductory lesson to world edit, Shovel mentioned to me that to build this the best way possible, instead of just building one island, I should make 16. This way I can break the islands into 4 groups of basic shapes, and each of those groups have different sizes. That way the islands don't all look the same. Shovel explained the basic world edit stuff to me, and now I'm going to attempt to explain it as easily as possible to you. Here are the shapes we have. There's like a normal cone-shaped one, a tall cone shape, the wider one, and the double island. As you can see, we also have smaller versions of each of them. The next step is to come in here with the painting tool, and we're going to cover the tops of all of these in moss. If you look back at the photo from the movie, it seems like there's a lot more green on top, like trees and bushes and stuff, and because of that, I think we should only put the moss on top and not the sides. Next up, we need to cover the islands with trees. Shovel was kind enough to allow me to use a bunch of pre-made trees he had already built. So all I have to do now is use a wooden shovel to paste the trees all over. Those trees actually look pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of the shrubbery on hold for now because I would like to actually blend the islands. You got to imagine the sun is in the sky and it's pointing downwards at an angle. The side the sun is on is going to be lit up and bright, and the backside of the islands where the sun isn't facing is going to be shadowed and dark. Because Minecraft doesn't have great lighting mechanics, the best way to simulate this light and dark is to use light blocks like diorite on the sunny side and dark blocks like blackstone on the dark side. So now I need to come in here manually and replace every block one at a time. Nah, I'm just kidding. Of course there's a tool to do this automatically. Okay, I hope I did that right. Let's go. This tool here is blending the blocks, and it's basically merging the 2 colors to create a nice gradient on the islands. Keep in mind that I can replace these blocks with easier to collect ones later on. I don't know about you, but the idea of collecting 50,000 deep slate iron ore doesn't sound like much fun. Even though I had learned world edit only a few hours earlier, Shovel did an awesome job at teaching me the basics so that it was really easy to understand. And before I knew it, I had properly shaded the islands. Yeah, it's probably a good time to use the leaf painting tool. Now we can make the vines that sort of surround the islands like so. Yeah, not too shabby. Let me just copy this to the rest of them real quick. And voila. The islands are starting to look so sick. The last thing I want to do is put the little vines that we can see hanging from the islands underneath all of these. Rather than using the normal vines, I want to try pasting some glowberries in because they look really cool from a distance. Yo, I actually just learned that you can stop these from growing by shearing the bottom one. I'm totally going to use these. Wow, those actually look so cool. Although I just realized, how the heck am I going to place these in hardcore? I guess that'll be a problem for future me to worry about. But cool, I think we're good here with our islands. We got 16 in total, and I can kind of just come in here and go shopping like, ooh, I want that one. Ooh, I want that one. This will be pretty fun to make. What we can do is kind of make like a prototype of the build. If we take these one at a time and I think just paste them randomly in the sky like so. Yeah, cool. This one next. Nice. This one, that one. This works. Yeah, great. Big one, small one. Oh, I got a sick idea. What if I merge like 5 of these islands together and make a mega island? Holy cow, that's pretty crazy. Wait. How many blocks is this? That's already 280,000 blocks. Game plan, let's finish these up and then reevaluate the blocks once it's done. So the way I'd like to make all these individual islands feel like one massive build is by connecting them with more vines. And to do that, we can use this /catenary command to draw points where we can then get these diamond blocks. Seriously, I will change these blocks, don't worry. Before that though, we do need to make some miniature rocks. I used the previous world edit tools I learned to quickly make some nice and detailed mini rocks of 3 different sizes. Now we'll take these and scatter them throughout the vines to get a basic outline of the shape we want. Cool, those should be all the basic rocks, and now we can go ahead and just delete all of the vines. And then I'm gonna come in here and paste some more mini rocks. Finally, we can once again use the /catenary tool to create some diamond lines. And the reason we needed to do all those steps is to make the vines look like they're natural and they're actually hanging from the floating islands. For the moment I've been waiting for, this command changes all of the diamonds to azalea leaves. "41 days left till the deadline, and I feel like we're making pretty good progress." One last thing though, it seems like in the movie we have a waterfall coming off of one of the islands there. Now if someone can give me a logical answer to how the water actually got there, I seriously will name one of these islands after you on the hardcore world. Anyways, Shovel once more came on and helped me design some really quick waterfalls using lots of ice and glass blocks. I wanted to use blocks to simulate the waterfalls rather than actual water because you can make it feel more immersive and realistic. There it is. That should be everything we need to do to design the islands. I should probably check how many blocks this actually is. 357,000 blocks. So I may have bit off a little more than I can chew, because this isn't even including the dragons and ships I want to make. But at least we're done with part 1 of the build. It's time to start collecting the gargantuous amount of blocks. I don't even know if that's a word, but I'll just go with it. Looking at the list, at least the lower blocks seem pretty easy. We can start with the cyan terracotta, some polished blackstone, polished deep slate, cobbled deep slate, polished diorite, some concrete, deep slate bricks, and yeah, we don't have any packed ice. Imagine not having ice in your storage system. Okay, so over here through this portal, we arrive at the raid farm, and I'm pretty sure that past all these trees, there should be a frozen ocean. You know what's funny is this entire forest is going to be deleted later on, so I guess enjoy the view while it's still here. There it is. Please say it's Instamind, please, please. Yes! Ayo, why are you attacking me, bro? Oh my gosh, there was a baby. I feel so bad. Dude, you didn't see anything. While I'm here, I also want to get some of this blue ice. I think we need like 900 in total, so I might be here for a little while. Whoa! I almost got hit by that. Trident? Nah, oh well. That's all of the ice. Now for some blackstone, easy enough. Blue glass panes, and yeah, I have absolutely no glass, so we gotta stop by the trading hall, where you will all give me your glass. Great, those are all we need. Oh, good thing I got some extra glass, because we also need some light gray glass. These lush caves are really wonderful. So those are all the little items collected, and as you can see, we now need over 1,000 of each of the remaining items, and I'm already out of the first one, literally more glass. This time though, the villager trading hall just isn't gonna cut it, so let's try the sand farm. Portal, lever, portal, sand, and shulkers of sand. Now at the ocean base, let's go ahead and cook all of this up into glass. Cool, now we need some bricks and smooth basalt. Okay, for the basalt, I want to use my farm. Okay, then we can just go ahead and cook all of this and check off the smooth basalt. Okay, deep slate tiles. Let's just steal some from the castle island. Next up, we have, are you kidding me? More glass. And wow, okay, that's a lot of calcite. As far as I know, I think the best way to get calcite is from a Stony Peaks biome, so I guess we need to go find one. Well, no luck so far, but maybe we just get some calcite from geodes. These are actually loaded. Perfect, 1 geode mined. Yo, that's so sick. I was looking for another geode and this portal along the way had a god apple. Holy cow, another apple? That was like 5 minutes in between. There we go, another geode. I think we need like 2 more geodes. What is that? Wait, what the heck is an igloo doing in literally the middle of the ocean? It's one of the rare ones with the lower part as well. Anyways, we definitely got enough calcite. Okay, stop it. What are the odds? Give me a moment to go buy a lottery ticket. I'm gonna quickly grab some saplings from the tree farm, and then some bones for bone meal. Now we just need to place a ton of these and harvest the leaves. Hold up, why am I using shears? So a few months ago, I raided 100 ancient cities and got a laughable amount of diamond hoes. And I'm pretty sure these mine leaves as fast as shears do. Yes, and the reason these are gonna be better is because the durability is higher than on shears. Hear me out, all of these dead trees stay here, and every time I tell a bad pun or joke on a video, I have to add a tree. There's no way for me to prove it, so I guess you'll just have to believe me. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Please don't leave the video. So next up, I need 5,112 light gray wool, and honestly, I'm perplexed on how to even get that much. So back when I made the Galaxy video, I built a massive sheep farm for black wool. The problem is though, because these sheep are auto-sheared, we can never dye them light gray. Although over here we do still have several hundred sheep. And then we just need to dye them all light gray. So if I just shear these sheep, how much wool will I get? Well then, that's not nearly enough. Oh shoot, and these sheep are never gonna get their wool back because there isn't any grass. What we're gonna do is create a different enclosure and I'm gonna bring all of them inside of it. Okay, this spot is actually kind of perfect. If I just raise the walls a little bit. All right, sheeps, we're going on a little trip. Follow me, come on, perfect. Here they come. Oh, and good, they're already starting to eat and get their wool back. I'll just have to stay here for a few days shearing them until I have all the wool. Do we still have any shulkers for wool? Oh, that scared me. Jeez, creepers are the bane of my existence. So I just finished all the wool, but I think we have a small problem. The problem is that at this rate, it's gonna take me another 27 days to get the rest of the items. So we're gonna pick up the pace by starting on some of the bigger items. And I sort of need 84,000 spruce leaves. Then here goes nothing. I'm gonna have to sit here for hours and mine all of these leaves from this forest. And that is the first tool almost fully used. But now we need to talk about the game plan. We're gonna clear some trenches of leaves, and then everything to the ocean we're gonna mine so that there's like a huge clearing. And there we are. That is the final tree mined. And wow, just look at how crazy this is. Nah, I'm not that mean. I'll remove it. All seriousness, this place looks super weird. I ended up collecting like 53 shulkers of these leaves. Wow, I can't express how good that feels to check these off. Now I need 47,000 moss blocks, but I might actually have a good method of collecting these. That's going to require converting this bone meal farm into a moss farm. So the idea is we can set these shulkers down, and then go down below and turn the farm on. Okay, perfect. So now thousands of moss blocks are being produced. How about we block off the collection system? And yeah, look at this. So I can kind of just run through here and collect all of the moss needed. I've gotten like 8 shulkers so far, and I also started collecting the azalea bushes because we'll be needing them later on. And there we go, 50,000 moss blocks. That's actually crazy. That only took like 20 minutes. We're getting closer. 50% of the items collected. Now I need a bunch of different types of leaves. With there only being 32 days left to finish, I might be tempted to be lazy and just use one type of leaf for the whole build, but I already tested that and it just doesn't look as good. My goal for this world is to prove to everyone that putting in hard work is always worthwhile, even if it's not fun in the moment. Even though I don't want to, let's get those 8,000 birch leaves. Yeah, this biome will work. These are pretty much going to be the same as before. Oh goodness, I now need 13,000 dark oak leaves. Same thing, I guess. Collecting all of the leaves was extremely tiring. I was forced to just sit, kill phantoms, and repeat. Man, they really need to add a way to remove phantoms. Here we are with all of the dark oak leaves. Next item, 8,000 glowberries. Please, 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 I need a farm. I can't find one, I'm in trouble. There's a glowberry farm. Looks like the list of items is super easy. That should be everything for the farm. I think we should build it in the industrial district to continue with the farm theme we have going on there. So let me quickly follow the tutorial and build it up. There it is. It's a super tiny farm, but apparently this should get like 11,000 berries in an hour. So I think the way we run it is we come in here and then close the trap door and then hold down right click. Let's go. All right then, I'll AFK here for the next hour and hopefully we have enough once I'm done. It's been an hour and we have more than enough berries. This farm is actually so crazy for the size. These berries, along with the 19,800 stone I already had, and the 18,000 acacia logs from the wood farm, gets us super close to finished with all of the item collecting. We just need light gray concrete and deep slate for the stone gradients, and then oak and azalea leaves for the greenery. So for all this concrete, we're going to use the concrete powder farm, and then I think just sitting in this water stream should be fine for collecting all the blocks. Perfect, that's 15 shulkers full of concrete powder. But now we gotta take these to the concrete converter. Load it up, and now I just sit here while concrete powder is dispensed to me. At which point I automatically place it and then TNT explodes it. It's a really nifty design if you ask me. Also, see that sign? I would really appreciate if you do that. Or else. Whoa, was that karma for me asking you to like the video? There we go, that should be all of the concrete we need. All right, now for the item I've been dreading. I gotta get 22,000 azalea leaves. But actually, this won't be too bad because I already collected a bunch of the bushes from the moss farm. If I just get some bone meal... Wow, that was smooth. Then we can just place a bunch of these and instantly grow them. That's probably good. I'll just have to come in here again and we will mine all of the leaves by hand. It's 1 a.m., but I've done it. Those are all the azalea leaves we need. The final day of collecting items came. I spent about an hour getting all of the required oak leaves. At this point, I had been collecting items for over a week, and I was just about going crazy. What's up with this doggo? I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Once the oak leaves were checked off, I officially had one more item, 24,000 deep slate. We're gonna need a bunch of shulker boxes to pack all of this up. Okay then, we're going to go to my deep slate mining machine that I basically use every episode. Click the machine. And boom. Oh yeah, I almost forgot that we're gonna be finding a lot of diamonds while using this. And that is the final shulker of deep slate. We'll take all these to the super smelter and cook them up. Here comes all the deep slate, and it's going into the storage. Oh yes, that's all of it, which means I'm done with collecting all 357,134 items. It had taken me a total of 13 days to collect, but now would come the best part of the entire project, getting to build. Wow, this kind of feels unreal. We're actually starting the build. I guess first of all, I should find a good spot. One thing to take into account is that when it rains in the world, because this build is so tall, I do need to find a biome where it won't snow on top. Let's build in the ocean because it is nice and open, and from the research I did, it also doesn't snow here. Ooh, right over here past the ocean base is kind of nice because I am super close to the super smelter, and the storage system is like 500 blocks in that direction. Okay, so let's get going. Basically, these islands are floating way up in the sky, so we should probably place a platform for all of our items somewhere up there as well. Cool, now I'm gonna just use this stone to quickly make a 30 by 30 platform. Great, now I wanna also link a portal to that platform so we can quickly travel. Then the shulkers of our items we should just place down. Although, I do want to make sure they're sorted by block type. When I deal with this many blocks, I usually tend to do this. It kind of just makes the building process quicker when you know where everything is. And that should be all of them. Let's start this. Call me OCD, call me what you like, but I just cannot have all these islands beneath this project. So first of all, I'm going to remove them. And for that, we're gonna need some beacons. That will not be enough. Okay, so a few days ago, I set up some beacons in the end that we can quickly just grab. However, just mining these is gonna be boring, which is why we're gonna use TNT. Cool, so that should definitely be enough. And what I'm gonna do is basically just scatter a ton of these around this area so we can have all of the beacon effects no matter where I am. Oh nice, a treasure map. You know, I'll take it. A diamond in a heart of the sea. I think I'll just go to all the islands and first remove the trees. Hey, hello doggos. Let's quickly put you guys into some boats. Also, if you guys have any names for these dogs, just leave it in the comments and I'll make sure to pick 4. All of the islands are removed. I guess I should start on the lowest part of the build, and that would be the glass waterfalls. Okay, this is not going to work. I just spent 10 minutes placing like 20 blocks because I have to constantly check back and forth between worlds and scaffold up, and this just isn't practical for 357,000 blocks. I did, however, find a mod called Lightmatica that will basically show me where to place the blocks so that I'm 100% sure I get them all correct. And don't be fooled, these are not real. These are just holograms that I still have to manually place. But at least this way the process will be much quicker. That's it! The first waterfall is completely finished. That looks super weird just floating there, but wow. Using the shaders makes it so beautiful. What I'll go ahead and do is also finish up the other 3 waterfalls because they're kind of tricky and I just want to get them out of the way. That's the second waterfall done. So far, each of these are taking about an hour, which isn't too bad. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that the phantoms will not leave me alone. I'm actually going crazy killing these things. We're gonna play a little game. We're gonna save all the phantom membrane from this project, and at the end, I'm gonna tally up all of the phantoms I've killed. There we go. That is the final waterfall done. I'm pretty sure I also won't be using any more glass for this project, so we can just put all of these shulkers away and then move on to the first of our islands. How about we just do one of the little islands like that one? Okay, we got our first block, and now I'm gonna just follow the Lightmatic all the way to the top. Alright, so I just ran out of blocks here, and every time that happens, I guess I'll just restock 3 more stacks of that item, and we should be all set. There it is, the first of our islands is totally done. Jeez, that looks amazing. Just imagine this place when everything is finished and the dragons and the ships are here. It's gonna really be something spectacular. Wow, that is a Giga Tree. I gotta say, this island so far is definitely my favorite one. There was one thing with it. I noticed that some of the beacons down below weren't giving me the speed effect, and speed for a project of this scale is hugely crucial because it makes you 20% faster. On something like 50 hours of building, having the speed effect would save 10 hours. And as you can see, I sort of used all the beacons we had from earlier, so let's take a little break and have some fun. Yeah, I think 12 stacks of soul sand should be enough, and 9 stacks of wither skelly skulls, bow, arrow, and now to the nether roof where we are gonna try something. Can I just spawn the withers inside of Obby? No, it got out. Let's try something else. What if I go under the ceiling and spawn one here? That's not too bad. I think we can even do 2 at once. Yeah, okay. So what I'm gonna do is sit here for the next hour and try to use up all of this soul sand. And there we are, 192 wither stars. Let's get 9 stacks of obby and 15 stacks of glass. Oh yes, this is what I call satisfying. That'll definitely be enough beacons to last me a while. So we'll just set up a whole bunch more beacons down here and should be all set for the rest of the build. So I've been building for a while now, and we have 22 days till the movie comes out. I double and triple checked the math, and at the current rate, there's just no way I'm gonna finish in time. I'm gonna pick up the pace by working on one of the big islands. So here we go. This island basically has 2 parts to it that eventually merge the higher it goes. So looks like there's a vine that merges into the island here. I'm gonna actually skip that for now, and at the end, we'll do all of the vines at once. Looks like we are out of blocks. Okay, more blocks. Seriously, I'm out again. Bro, I have to keep getting literally 1 more item each time. By no means is this project easy, but that's not what I signed up for when I decided I'd recreate an entire scene from Avatar. I've made it my mission to prove that hard work is worthwhile in the end, and I'm not about to give up when it gets tough. And there we are, that's another island finished. We're really starting to get quite a few up here, and it looks pretty awesome. However, I think it's time we do one of the mega islands. I decided to stream this island, and it was super fun. I found that talking to chat and playing stream games made the whole process much more enjoyable. Even during the stream, we found some skeleton horses that spawned on the island. That is a skeleton trap. Literally every time one of the horses die. Although I do find it funny that we now just have 3 random skeleton horses on the island. What are they doing on the waterfall? This shouldn't even be possible. Anyways, I am super close to finishing off the island. This block checks it off. The overall percentage of the project increased, and as I checked off the smaller islands, some super random things happened. What? A wandering trader spawned inside of one of the islands. Oh my gosh, small drip leaves. Those are super rare. Let me just buy these quickly. After 35 hours of building, something pretty crazy happened. I noticed my day count was 9,970. Holy cow, guys. I never really thought I'd get this close to 10,000 days. What I'd like to do before 10,000 days, though, is finish the mega island in the middle of this entire thing. I calculated it, and this one island is something like 70k blocks. But what better way to get something done than to start? To begin, we're gonna build each of these lower parts of the island up like a cone shape or something. Okay, that's the first one done. And there we go. The 3 cones have pretty much merged, and now we can start increasing the height of the entire build. And there we are, the last block of the whole island. Also, remember how I said I'd be saving all of the phantom membrane? Well, that's the first shulker completely full. And before you call me crazy, I will actually be using this phantom membrane for something extremely important later in the video. It was around day 10,000 that I hit, well, day 10,000, which even though it's unrelated to this video, it was still a huge accomplishment, and it gave me even more motivation to finish the project. So we have 8 islands left, and I'm gonna continue working on them non-stop until I'm done. And there it is, the last island. Of course, it's also one of the biggest ones. But this one is different from the others because there's a massive patch of clay instead of trees. And that's because there's a scene from the movie where we can see all of the dragons, or as the movie calls them, banshees, sitting on this patch of rock on one of the islands. So essentially, this island is going to be their home. And there it is, the final island finished after 50 hours of building. However, the Lightmatic still says there's 12% missing, which is basically just the massive vines and the 8,000 glowberries that go under all of the islands. So, let's think about this. How badly do I really want the berries hanging from the islands? Because I'm thinking like, I'm gonna have to scaffold all the way up to the islands with dirt or something, and it's gonna be a nightmare time-wise. Actually, wait, there might be a better way to place the berries. So I was wondering if slow falling potions might make it so I fall slow enough to place the berries. Great, so I'm at the storage and quickly got these 2 slow falling potions. Now at the iron farm, we're gonna need to make some shears to stop all of the berries from growing after we place them. And back at the islands, okay, here goes nothing. Is it gonna work? It works! It works really well. Okay. I just finished up the vines on that little island, but we gotta quickly stop and go brew some more slow falling potions. So to brew slow falling potions, we need a few ingredients. Bottles, which I seem to have quite a few of. Phantom membrane, which I definitely have enough of from killing all the phantoms during this project. Blaze rods, which we don't have. So let's go to the blaze farm quickly. This farm is super simple. There's basically a blaze spawner and then a bunch of lava which funnels the blazes into the middle so I can kill them with looting 3 for the blaze rods. Finally, we need nether warts for the potions. Let me check something. Is it still here? Yeah, baby. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't still be here. Anyways, we're gonna harvest this field with a Fortune 3 hoe to get all of the nether warts. Perfect, 3 shulkers full. Let's take these back and get brewing. So I just made 4 shulkers full of slow falling potions, which will probably be enough for the time being. Let's take these to the islands and start placing vines. Okay, yes, come on. I just got like 6 vines with 1 firework. Geez, this method works really well. Thank you, Mr. Phantom, for the boost. Yay, just the big island left. If you can't tell, I'm getting pretty tired of placing these vines, but don't worry, I'm hanging in there. Vine, I'll add a tree. Those are all of the glowberries placed, and all being said and done, that only took me about 4 hours to do with the slow falling potions, and it was 100% worth it. These islands are looking so much better. Finally, to finish up all these islands, we just need to place the mega vines in. So first we need some azalea leaves, and then like all of these stone variants and stuff. Honestly, this is gonna be the best part of the project because it's easy to place, and this is really what's gonna make the build feel like it's from the movie. And there are the first connected islands. It's looking so much better than I even imagined. Oh my, I can't believe it. That's it for all of the islands. 357,000 blocks placed for this video. So guys, the good news is that we're finished with the islands, and that officially marks off the third part. The bad news is the movie comes out in 3 days, and I still need to make the banshees, the ships, collect the items, and then build them. I'm not gonna lie, the project at this point was starting to stress me out. We're gonna start with designing the banshees. I've made stuff like this before, and usually the best way to go about it is to create an outline like out of stone or something. I went ahead and began to mark out the outline of the wings, which from the photos look normal, but in the movie we can see that the banshee is almost an X shape. After getting a rough outline, I filled in the majority of the body, which at that point I textured and colored it to match the distinctive blue color. It was kind of funny, couldn't figure out the face, so I asked some of the other bakery members if they had any ideas, which at that point about 5 people rushed over and we tried like 20 different things until landing on using glowing item frames and blackstone buttons, which honestly look pretty good. Once I had solidified the design of the basic banshee, I used World Edit to make some more designs that included some which were smaller, rotated, slightly rotated downwards, and diving completely downwards. In total, I made 5 different designs so that we'll have a lot of variety. From the movie, we also see a massive red banshee called the Last Shadow, which is basically like 3 times as large as the normal ones. For this one, I once again created an outline out of stone, just much larger. I used stone slabs so that I could get a lot more shape and detail in. From there, I used a few commands to color the stone red. I also added some trapdoors, fences, and carpets with some blackstone slabs to get the stripes and the claws in the back. Once one side was finished, I just copied it to the other side and completed the design. So yeah guys, here are our banshee designs, and these are gonna work perfectly in the islands. Before we build them, I also want to make the helicopter and the dropship. I decided I wanted to build the Scorpion helicopter first. The only issue is these designs are rather complex. As I'm pretty new to all this designing and world edit stuff, Shovel offered to help teach me the build process. Shovel explained how because the shape of the helicopter was so complex, we should first make sure to get that correct and then worry about the detailing. So we first followed the model photo to create almost a tadpole-like shape. From there, we created blocks as points to connect them to the tadpole part with a command. Just trying to keep everything looking smooth and natural. After that, we added the lower legs to the helicopter. Kinda looks like a flying shark. And then we created some circles up top, which we rotated slightly and shrunk down to the proper size for the helicopter fans. After a few other touch-ups, we had the main shape. However, right now, this helicopter is super massive. Shovel explained now that we have our main shape, we can use a command to shrink it down. It sort of messed up this shape, but we soon fixed it, and then had the final shape and size. From there, Shovel taught me how to shade the blocks. Back to what we did at the beginning, if the sun is shining downwards, the underside of the helicopter is going to be darker from the shadows. Using this concept, we were able to quickly shade and texture the entire model to the point where it was looking really good. We also added some weapons to the side using literally wither skeleton skulls. Also, there's a winch on the front side for towing things, and a nice little interior. Next up, we have the massive dropship, and it's super important that I get this right because of how big a role it had in the movie. Shovel had shown me all the commands and tricks necessary to build the big ship by myself, so now I'm gonna try to do this solo and see if I remember everything. First of all, we need to determine the length of this ship. I started here by creating a line that was 100 blocks long. Now I'm looking at the overall shape in this photo, and I think by creating points in the air, I can then use this command called /loft to fill in an overall outline. After a few hours, we have the outline of the ship, which pretty closely resembles the one from the movie. I once more used the sun lighting logic to paint the entire ship with light and dark blocks. I also made sure to follow the color palette the best I could from the model, and then added some slabs and stairs to a few places for added detail. After all of that, I added a window to the front and made a quick interior for the people who would control the ship. All being said and done, for making this ship 100% by myself, I'm pretty proud of it and I think I did a good job. Just like that, I had finished the Banshees and the ship designs, which completed part 4. The movie comes out tomorrow and it's currently 8 a.m. so I'm gonna spend the whole day working on this. Here we go. As you can see, I now need a whole new list of items. Pretty much all of these slabs we already have. These slabs and stairs are checked off. Down here, it looks like I need something like 600 copper blocks. And breaking each of those down means I need 5,400 copper ingots. How am I gonna get that in time? Okay, so what's the easiest farm? Okay, what is this? ENX04 design. Let me get the world download. Okay, it's not working. Why isn't it working? Yeah, this is bad. I think we gotta just mine for the copper. So let me get a Fortune 3 pickaxe. Great, and let's go ahead and try to find a cave to mine the copper from. Oh, cool, here's some copper. How much will this actually give me? No way, what the heck? That's OP. I got like 300 from that one vein. Why the heck would I ever want to make a copper farm when I can just do this? Let me just go ahead and get the rest of the copper we need. And there we go. I've gathered about 5 shulkers of this stuff, which did not even take that long. It's currently 1 p.m., so I have about 11 hours to get this video ready. Okay, let's cook this up as soon as possible. While this is cooking, I'm gonna take a super quick lunch break. Okay, yes, it looks like it's all cooked. So let's craft this copper into blocks. That's not the copper we need. It has to be oxidized. How can I do this quickly? If I place these on the nuclear base roof 4 blocks apart, apparently they oxidize in about an hour. Yes, that one changed instantly. Great, all of these are placed. And while they change, I'm gonna multitask and get the other blocks. Oh, we need waxed copper. Something cool I learned a little while back was that instead of placing the blocks to wax them, you can actually just craft them. Okay, next we need gold. Let's go to the gold farm and quickly craft all of these up. The final thing we need are these, and I'm gonna just steal these from the castle island. I literally don't have enough time anymore. Okay, moment of truth. Yes! Let's hope I have enough of these oxidized. Yes, there we go. All of the blocks are checked off, and I just have to build everything. It's literally 5 p.m. though. I have 7 hours. So I have all of the items moved over here to the platform, and we're just gonna take a little bit of everything in the inventory. Okay, so let's start with the helicopter. Here are the legs of the copter. This is the winch. But yeah, that's the first one done. I feel like this is straight out of the movie. I can't pause for too long though. I gotta keep going. The second one is finished. Actually, I think I can build these quicker if I make all of them at the same time. And there it is. The final helicopter is finished. It's 7:36 p.m. right now. Time for the dropship. I don't have enough of the calcite. Geode, please. Yes. Let's pray I have enough of the items. Yes, I'm done with the ship. It just turned 9 p.m. I got 3 hours. All right, time for the banshees. Wait, no. I don't have any of the glowing item frames. Squids. That's good. Let's go. Come on. And yes, that's the first one done. Dude, I'll have to admire this later. Those are all of the banshees coming in from the left. I gotta do a whole bunch of them coming from every single direction. There we go. All of the blue ones are done. Time for the last one. Yes, dude, this feels unreal. And these are the final trapdoors. Oh my gosh, I need to clean up. First of all, this platform needs to go. Okay, now to get rid of these beacons, let's just use TNT. It's the quickest method. Final thing, then we're done. This portal needs to be relocated to a permanent spot. And there it is. The final thing is finished.